Hey y'all, I am getting ready to see Halsey today. I need to do my makeup. I've already showered and all of that stuff. My makeup look is going to be inspired by the album cover. Actually, completely forgot that I have to hop on to a Zoom. So give me 1 second. I'm back, but I'm also in a Zoom call, so I am so sorry if you guys pick up on anybody else's voice, but I do have to start getting my stuff ready. I am doing a full face of about face. So I may not be talking throughout this. I probably just end up doing some kind of time lapse situation. But just know everything that is a liquid product on my face today will be about face. Even the brows. I'm using their brow thing. Hold up. Once I can find it, I'll start using it. Found it. I'm using this. This is in the shade 7. It's a black brown. I probably could go a little bit lighter on this if I'm being completely honest, but I really don't like to. Wait, before I do that, I do want to color correct. Okay, this is the powder. I got 2 shades. This is the shade Curtain Call. My first kind of look at it is that this is very, very red. Like the undertone is very red. But I do, after I do like all of my color correcting, I set my face. Since I'm on prednisone right now, it's giving me a lot of hair growth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I hope that I can get some tweezers on the way there and like take those out. But now we're gonna get into brows for real. And I like a sponge because it is more forgiving when I make mistakes. The only thing with the sponge is that it does take product. So, but see how I just gave my face color? It woke myself up. I'm gonna go in with like a redder blush first. And I almost want this to look like it's in my concentrate that like right here as a circle. I'm liking how matte this is though. It's very matte and I enjoy that. This is not my brush. I'm realizing that this is my mom's brush that I most definitely got mixed up. If you're watching this, mommy, I will put it back, I promise. Oh, that's too much. Too that much. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm gonna have to go in with some powder. And I like getting this on the side of my nose where I also put that say. This is the moment of truth. I hope it turns out good. Or it will probably ruin my whole look. This is the first star. I'm gonna take the yellow paint. Put a little bit on my mirror that's down here. And now I need a brush, a flat brush. This one will probably work. I'm gonna rub some of the concealer that I have off of it. All right. And now too bad, chat. Now we're gonna go in with red. That's two done, chat. We got one more. Ta-da! We're done. I am not doing the other side. We're going to take our wins in this household. Take our wins. But what we are gonna do is spray our face. Hold your breath when you spray this stuff. And make sure I get my hairline with this. Gotta put this one on first. This is the Lancome Idol. And we'll like finish the lip when I'm done getting dressed. The only thing I have to do now is line up my brows in the front. But I like doing this after my finishing spray because then it's a little bit harder to do. And that lets me know that the product is going to stay a little bit more.
But you can't let me from trying. You know I be lying, saying. Look at all them trees.
Okay guys, I don't have my mic plugged up, but we are about we're about, what time is it now? We're about 20 minutes away from the venue. I have to go to the box office because I have to switch my seats that I have for seats that I have reserved, which is a whole thing I'll probably explain after the show if everything goes smoothly. I can't bring my camera in, so you guys may get footage, you may not, I don't know. It just depends on how everything goes once we get there, because like once we get there we have like, it's just know, you guys may get footage, you may not. But yeah, I've never been to this venue before, so I'll also let you guys know like what I think of the venue too when I get back to my hotel. And we'll also do a fit check then too, if I don't get one on my phone. If I get one on my phone, then I'll just put the clip in afterwards. But we're about to see Halsey. And here lies the Great Impersonator. I'm headed straight to the castle. Ah, look at you, Mama. You remember song? Yeah. Your subconscious remembers, even if you don't. My mic is dying, but I am back at the hotel after the show. It was great. It was really great. I have been a Halsey fan since, I want to say like middle school. I remember I used to like, it was during a period of my life where I really wasn't comfortable and like being very cohesive in all of my interests. I felt like I didn't know that you can kind of exist and like be so multifaceted. So I would like jump back and forth between like the different like very stereotypical like middle school cliques. And every morning there was like this girl who used to wear band tees and was like almost like the 21 Pilots, like those barbed wire looking chokers, but like so nice, one of the nicest people ever. I still follow her on Instagram, and I used to talk to her about music and stuff like that because I noticed that it was she had on a t-shirt one day of a band that I liked listening to. So yeah, and I remember talking about Halsey with her, and I had a really close friend when I was in 7th grade as well that I used to talk about Halsey with, and at this point her second album wasn't even out yet. This was like the only thing was out was the EPs and the first album, Badlands. Only those were out. And then when Maniac came out, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom was like during peak era. Kayla was getting her own style of music that she really loved listening to. I listened to Maniac way after it came out. If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. I think that's the name of the third album. I didn't really listen to that one. I still really haven't listened to that one as much as I would have liked to. Every time I hear a new song from it, I really, really love it. I just haven't really listened to the album. I think it came out during a period where I was really, really sick. There was one period when I was sick, sometime in like early 2022. I think it was like 2022 really. I went through a period where I wasn't consuming really any type of media. Everything made me cry. Whether it was happy, whether it was sad, it just made me cry too much. So I wasn't listening to anything. And I think it kind of came out during that period, or it got kind of swept into that period of my life. And then I love The Great Impersonator so much. I think I've hit all the albums. If I can't, I'll put something on the screen or something afterwards. But like I'll insert like pictures of my outfit and everything here, so you guys can see how that looked. My mom went with me, so you guys will also see pictures of her. Look at my makeup. Ooh, look at my. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me again. A time was had. My mom and I. Oh, actual start here. This is the show recap. The show was great. I love that you got different eras. I love, literally, if you've been a Halsey fan for a while, you got a little bit of everything. I wish Ego was played. I really feel like that was like that's a staple song to me for this era, for the Great Impersonator era. I know some stops have gotten Ego, so I can't really be mad. There was a new song for Virginia. I forget the song because I don't know that one, so it has to be from that If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power album. But we didn't get Ego, and I was really prepared to like scream. I think that was going to be the song that took me over the edge and like actually cry. I kind of cried a little bit for like Dog Years and The Only Girl in LA. Only Living Girl in LA, but I was really kind of waiting for Ego to complete the trifecta, and it didn't happen, so I don't like that. I do like that she has so many songs played, but I do feel like the end was a bit rushed, right? I feel like the end was a bit rushed, and there wasn't a whole lot of like chatter with the crowd, which I know not all artists do it, right? But I feel like an artist like Halsey, who is very personal in her lyrics, she's not as active on social media as she used to be, which, she's older now, she has a child now, she more privacy now. When you're young, I see this theme with a lot of artists that start really young, is that when they're younger, they're typically showing up more on social media and kind of giving more of their personal lives, and as they get older in age within the industry, they pull away some. So I'm not saying that like she should be giving more in those aspects of her life that she choose to put up boundaries, but I do feel like I wish there was more time for actual chatter with the crowd during the show. And I do feel like the end was kind of rushed because she didn't want the 11 o'clock fine. And to me, it's like, okay, if you know your set will be a comfortable set with you would be starting earlier, maybe you should kind of cut 10 minutes off the openers or something. Like, there's like 2 openers, so I feel like there is some flexibility to make their set shorter, but I don't know. I was coming from out of town, so I really wanted to see Hope Tala. I think that's how she pronounces her name. And I think she uses, I don't know the pronoun, so if I'm messing that up, I will remember to go back and look and correct it if I can, but if I can't, please forgive me, because I don't actively listen to the music. I know certain songs from like years ago, but I was really interested in the new album. I just haven't had a chance to listen to it with so much other stuff coming out. But yeah, I didn't get any of the openers, so I probably will go back and listen to their songs. I didn't get the beginning. The beginning of our outro to Only Living Girl in LA. So you guys will see some of it, but you guys won't see like the full thing. But my heart was happy. My heart was so happy. It's when I go see artists like Halsey in 1975, like those artists that have really been around with me for a long time. My heart truly like feels so like complete, because it's like, wow, you've really come a long way and you are still here. And like this album, The Great Impersonator, was such a full circle album for me, because not only is Halsey an artist that I've been with for a very long time, she's also had to deal with some life-threatening illnesses, and it didn't feel a lot of Phineas talked about this. Phineas O'Connell talked about this, that he doesn't really, when he's in a session and he's working with artists that are obviously coming from privilege and have money and things like that, he doesn't really write those songs that are like self-deprecatory, or like woe is me type of songs. Songs like Creep by Radiohead, right? There's a set few of them that have stood the test of time and people still bump them, right? But typically he tries to get out of that, because there's usually so much more to write about other than that. And having not gone through the things that she has been through, I think that this album could have read that way. And if you don't know what she's been through and you aren't listening to the music and you can't relate to the music, because hey, a lot of people, if you don't go through life with chronic illness and have had to make split-second decisions that will impact you for the rest of your life, that will impact your quality of life for the rest of your life. In a serious way, not more so like, oh, I'm gonna get a late fee on my rent if I don't pay this right now. Like, more like, no, it's either have a life where you are living independently on your own, or have a life where you're hooked up to a machine for the rest of your life, or have a life where you're constantly going back and forth to the hospital. Like, very big quality of life decisions. Then you won't relate to the music, and that's okay. Like, this was one album cycle, I'm talking about the Great Impersonator still, one album cycle that when I saw the reviews from like notable people, I was, a few of them, like Pitchfork, I was very, very upset because it just proved like, I feel like the only way you couldn't like this album was, one, is that you're not very diverse in the type of music that you listen to. Two, you're ableist. Three, you just don't like Halsey. And I mean, that's fine. Like, you just don't like her, so you're not gonna like anything she puts out, and that's fine. But no. I can talk about this album forever, so I won't. But if you guys want me to, comment, and then we'll work that out. But yeah, the only thing I didn't do was check the weather, because it was actually a lot colder and my mom was like freezing. I think my adrenaline was pumping and like moving at first, that I didn't feel the cold, but then after being out there for a while, I started to feel the cold too. But yeah, my only like negative again was that the ego wasn't played, and that the end felt really rushed because she didn't want the fine, because you have to end things by 11 o'clock or you're gonna get a fine, and the end just felt very. And this turned off.
It went dead.
Guys, my mic went dead, and I don't feel like going to change. I have another mic, but I don't feel like going to change it out because the actual box is dead, not just the mic. So yeah, Mom, go ahead.
I think it was really entertaining compared to the shows I have gone to in the past.
The one show you went 2 shows. Now you went to 3 shows. I don't count Sam Hunt though.
Why?
Because that's not really like just me. That was like a joint. The reason why I pushed so hard for it is because I know you listen to his music. You know more.
Anything.
But I'm saying, like, shows you went with me just to be my companion. This will be the 3rd one.
Yeah. All of them I was miserable.
You were miserable in 1975?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was uncomfortable. Them chairs was like this.
That's just.
I'm already a plus size woman, so the chairs was like this.
Well, they don't make that. They don't.
And I had all these people next to me.
It was 1975, y'all.
But I believe. But
still at your
Halsey,
very best.
Halsey, the show was entertaining. I love all her acts.
Mom, you need to work too.
Even with the Alex and Wonderland theme.
Mm-hmm. Alice.
Alice.
Said Alex.
Oh, I meant. Why did you take that from me?
Because I'm going to do mine too. Why you talking to me?
But I think it was a good show. I wish she would have interact with the audience more.
I said the same thing.
Because I know she was on the schedule, but she didn't interact with the audience much. So I was expecting more when it came to that. Even if she had taken little breaks in between to talk to the audience, but she didn't do that.
That's why I told them. I said I would have sacrificed the set list being a little shorter.
Yeah.
In order for her to talk, or I said there's 2 opening acts. She could have took some time off from them.
But also with her songs and everything, every performance, I feel like it was just so long. Besides,
She only
like,
got short songs.
besides the two towards the end.
Like the rock
Well, she
one?
doesn't have short songs, but when you performing, you can cut those songs up.
You couldn't.
You don't have to sing the full song.
But I think in that regard, then I wouldn't put like all my bangers. She played a lot of her bangers. I wouldn't put all of my bangers on the set list either, because some of them songs, you might as well not play it if you're gonna shorten it. I said take time away. I say take time away from the openers. It's 2 of them. If you knock them both down 10
she
minutes.
could have reduced some of her songs.
Yeah, I said either reduce some of your songs or knock the
Or
opener.
or her songs had more interaction with the audience.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was like call and response stuff, but
that was just about it, and it wasn't much of it.
yeah. I have to look at the VIP packages again and see if they got to like chat
But
with her or
also,
something.
maybe if it wasn't so much of her playing this,
the
front of the monitor, the
skits.
little skits.
But I think they did the skits to give her breaks. Because she had most of her outfits on. Even like
But
the
even when
dress.
it's time for her to come out, that skit played for a while.
I know.
And she's supposed to came out, but it said 8:55, but 9 o'clock. And
Yeah, the beginning skit probably could have been cut down, but I think the one throughout the show was to give her break.
yeah, I don't know.
Because she's wearing wigs.
Yeah.
None of the outfits are too complicated. It's like skirts and underwear.
Yeah, skirts, underwear, and yeah, that's about it.
But yeah, I talked about that. And I said, like, again, I felt that the end was rushed.
The end was rushed, and I feel like she didn't have a good closing.
Mm-mm.
Her closing was not what I was expecting. I feel like she didn't have to. Well, I felt like she had to come out to the audience and maybe give the VIP people some entertainment, but for the most part, she didn't have to come out to the audience.
I like this oil. I feel like it doesn't leave a bunch of residue on my skin. Like, I'm wiping it with a wipe now, and I have to double cleanse, of course. But some oils feel like you put Vaseline on your face to get your makeup off, and then you have these bunch of residue. But
Yeah, it really isn't. It isn't that oily, but I think because it isn't, I have to wipe a little more.
yeah. But I also, are you supposed to mix it with water?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they tell you for better removal, saturate something and wipe it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have any other parts of this. Maybe I will. If I don't, I'll just do an outro later. But we're going to finish washing our face and then go to sleep. So, good night.
Good night. Sleep tight.
It's a part of